and welcome to the Saturday edition of Bold Prediction Sports Media Podcast. As tradition, I'm that dude with the beard. He's Mr. KC from the 813. And if you can see on the screen, we're joined again by my boy Dex, man. Dex, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man? Uh-oh.
Oh, I think we lost a little
Oh, I
audio
think
from
we
you there.
lost you. I think we lost you. I can't
Yeah,
hear you. Oh no.
yeah,
But I like the energy that you had. I'm definitely behind the jersey.
right. You can't deny the jersey for sure.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see it. Hopefully, he comes back with us before too long. We
Boy,
appreciate you folks tuning in for this episode. Uh,
without a shadow of
really,
a doubt.
uh, really, we can take a second to give him a chance to get some audio, and I can just cut this from the regular version.
Yeah, but for those who are here live, you're privy to see one of the rare instances of an audio mishap, but it does happen more than you know.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. And some people prefer to catch the live version. Not everybody watches the
Right.
edited version that we put out. They'll go back and catch the live one. So hopefully that's something that happens, and you guys can enjoy either version.
And that's for sure, for sure. We got a lot on the slate for you today. NBA talk, NFL talk, King of the Hill, some trash talk, some pillow talk, just some talk. You know what we're here to do on a Saturday. I'm appreciating everybody who's here in the early evening, getting you ready for your night out or maybe your night in with your boot thing. Who knows what's going on, but we'll see what happens here. Um, I'm gonna just dive right on in. Dex is back with us on video. He'll be back on audio soon. But Mr. KC, man, the NBA, man, it
Ooh,
seems to be shaking in. Like I said, man, this thing is so iffy until February, dude.
yeah,
The Nuggets have, I want to say, resurged, but they're finally on a win streak that's worth talking about. Getting some quality wins, 12 wins on the season, finally catching up to some of the other teams. Phoenix, um, even I was going to say the Clippers. The Clippers have finally kind of got a few wins under their belt. As sad as it is to say, they're sitting at 11 wins, 9 losses nonetheless. But it's always good to go in the other direction. And then when we look at the East here, we're seeing Boston, dude, and
Boston.
I just can't understand it, dude. I will
Look,
never put the jersey on my wall. We don't even have to talk about it. But dude, the Celtics are balling right now. I can't argue with it. The Bucks are still there. The Cavs are still there, which is probably the most surprising to me out of the bunch.
yeah,
Um, Kevin Love, I guess. I guess he still got more in the tank than what LeBron is offering to LA right now. So we'll end up seeing what happens on that end. But what do you think about this NBA so far, man? How it's shaking out?
yeah, I think it's exciting. We're actually starting to see some action going on. Some teams are starting to rebound. Can we talk about the Golden State Warriors? They deserve a little action, a little talk right now. Starting to get back in that kind of we can make the playoffs kind of seating. That's
Right.
always nice to see. And I really think we need to give flowers to Boston. The spirit of Kevin Garnett.
Oh
If I'm
my
not mistaken,
God.
they're on a 9-1 in their last 10-game win streak kind of thing going on.
Yeah,
It's a
something
hot,
like it.
hot basketball team right now.
He
You
said,
know,
"Give
the
the flowers to Boston Celtics. I will never do it. You lucky Mr. KC is here, y'all. We talk
right.
football. I'm with you, but this is just something that my soul won't allow me to do. But y'all, you guys are balling. I'm not a hater completely, and you're right. Some of these teams have rebounded significantly. The Pelicans don't look too bad either. A lot of these teams in the East are kind of starting to shape it together. Even Philadelphia's finally back on the right side of 500. So
Yep.
so we're seeing it kind of start clicking, man. And I know how you feel about those Sixers. So
Yeah.
we'll
I mean,
see.
they finally getting in that playoff seating. They got to
Yeah.
get there and stay there. I don't want to see them fall behind like some of these Laker teams.
Oh my
And
God.
some of these other bad teams that you expect more out of, And it's really weird to me when we look at the Lakers team because you still have that kind of roster, the roster that would make the playoffs and win championships or something. The core is still kind of there, and it really makes you wonder what they're going to do.
This is definitely one of those they look better on paper situations than what they're playing on the floor for sure. Because golly, dude, when you have just as many wins as Detroit, you know something's wrong. You know what I mean? You know something wrong. And they're comprised of nothing but outstanding young talent. Cunningham out there, he's a baller, but I'm just dude. These are the Lakers. This is a prime time team. If anything, in football terms, this is like the team of the AFC almost. It's like you would think. That's all I can say. Goodness gracious.
So Dex, what's your?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, let's go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What you think?
Hey, try talking into the mic for us too. A little straighter into the mic.
So it is the mic. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yes, sir.
Or do I need to speak into here? Is that better?
I think it is.
That was kind of better. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Now let me try this. Manual. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, it's coming in a little better. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're getting a little better here.
Right, I'm just gonna sit closer, and you guys are gonna get a headshot of a pale face. So.
Oh, well, we could use this for your profile. When they say you got a headshot, I'm like, sure, I got plenty. We'll just use this for that.
This is every boomer on Facebook over the age of 50.
No.
Yeah, right.
I understand.
What is going on here, folks?
Hey, at least
it's that works.
Right, it's relatable content. That's all that matters. Hey.
But yeah, if people didn't hear me before, which I'm assuming they didn't, got the Montana jersey on.
Yes, sir. I saw 19 and I knew it wasn't Macklin.
They gave me on. So
wasn't Macklin. Hold on now. Macklin was a bad man,
In Philadelphia.
Right. Actually,
in Philadelphia. Yeah.
We have to thank Macklin, actually, because if it wasn't for Macklin getting cut, Dorsey might still be our GM. It's when Andy Reid noticed that he wasn't getting the players he wanted because of finances that he decided, hey, I understand you can draft well, you can find the garbage bin well, but you can't manage a checkbook, and we need that part.
Especially when you play a safety who doesn't play a down of football in 4 years. But we're not going to even talk about that. So,
Patrick Mahomes was technically a Dorsey pick, right?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Technically. Yeah, well, there's a lot to do with Veach and into that, the whispers in the ear. But technically, on the stamp, yes, sir, he's a Dorsey pick.
You know what I find funny is when other teams are saying, "Oh yeah, we looked at Patrick and we were going to draft him too." Well, why didn't you move up and get him?
Yeah,
they didn't know nothing about him.
No, man, I didn't know nothing about him when we drafted him. I was like, "Who's this dude?" Then I read he set the college record for most yards in a game, and I was like, "Okay."
Like I said, there's only two people on record who can attest to this. When we first got Pat, and Mr. KC is one of them. He was there when I said it. I said his first year, I said he's going to go for over 5,000 yards. I knew exactly who he was. I knew exactly who he was. So, hey, man, I'm just glad to have him. Dex, man, what do you think about this NBA season going on so far? What do you think about the Celtics, man? They're 15-4. Isn't that unbelievable? Unless you're Mr. KC.
I mean, I have limited knowledge on the NBA, but I'd have to assume the Celtics are probably good defensively. Is that right?
Yeah.
That seems to be their brand of basketball for years and years and years. I can tell you I like Luka because he's maybe the only person in the league that's playing with his back to the basket, and they're running the offense through a post player. Again, which I missed. I love NBA when Shaq was bumping people down and stuff. I mean, that was fun to watch. And it's fun to watch somebody that can pass out of the post too.
Right.
which everything's all spun out and it's ISO and pick and roll and shit these days. So I might have to start watching NBA again if Luka gets any better.
No,
Right.
yeah, no, I understand, man. And a couple people you might want to look out for: John Morant on the Grizzlies, like some boy
Oh, yeah.
Damian Lillard out in I was about to say Pittsburgh, thinking about the Steelers right now. Goodness gracious! But out there in Portland, like I said, they got some quality buckets going around. You can't
Lillard-
never miss with Milwaukee nowadays.
Miller hit that 40-footer, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like a
yes,
35
sir.
40-footer. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and the meme was great.
Yes, sir. Right. One of the most infamous memes in history. Yes, sir. Dame Dollar, my man. Yeah, man, this NBA season, we're gonna see how it shakes, folk. I mean, like I said, it's not really too much to talk about now. We see a couple of people on the rise. Like you said, we'll give a little recognition to Golden State, dude. They finally got back to 500 after starting off in the trenches. Like I said, you don't rarely see too many teams who lose 9 games early come back to make a feasible run at anything. And since the fact that they're 10-10 now, it's almost a fresh start on the season for them. We'll see
Right.
what happens with the champions.
Yeah, I'd like to see them come back, and I like Golden State. I'm a Steph Curry fan, and I wish Kevin Durant would have stayed around. That would have been a super dominant team.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's one of my favorite players, so I hate to see his talent be wasted with the Nets.
No,
Man, I was gutted when Clay went down, man, in that finals. Or was that
Yeah,
finals, or was that?
yeah, it was a couple. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
I mean, that dude. You want to talk about scoring without the ball?
right.
I remember they said one night he scored 30 points with like 4 dribbles or something like that. It was something ridiculous. I like unique players like that have a skill set you don't see a whole lot, and it's like special to their team and in their play style. Maybe not so much special, but he does it better than anyone else.
Right.
So,
No, it's about being efficient. You doing what you're
Mhm.
getting paid to do, and coming. His daddy Dale Curry. I would say Dale Curry. I'm a bad. His his daddy. Think about Steph. I would say his daddy. NBA player too. Like I said, I mean, dude. It's just coming prepared, dude, and knowing what you're there to do, and having the mentality to come out and a winning mentality is like doing whatever I can to help our team win. That's why even like Draymond on that team. Granted, he gets a lot of slack. He shouldn't be punching teammates out. I definitely say that, but you got to have that kind of guy though. Will put his hand in somebody's mouth if it had to come down to it. Right. It reminds me of Ben Wallace back in Detroit. Like I said, you got to have that guy down there who's like, yeah, boy, I'll hang you up. You better be careful.
right.
I know a little bit about NBA back then. Ben Wallace is probably one of the strongest guys in the league when he played. Straight up.
No, for sure, dude. Pound. It wasn't even pound for pound. He was in the league of himself.
Yeah, he's probably like
as far as
no-
that goes.
1 or 2 strongest player in the league. Seriously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's a tough dude.
Can't beat the Afro either.
Right. No, every game got to let the soul glow. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. You know what I say? Got to do it. Well, no, folk. That's pretty much what we got on NBA talk here. Like I said, as the season progresses, we'll have more content, have more to talk about. Like I said, we're finally starting to see, like Mr. Casey said, people who's kind of shaking out to be the front runners, to be contenders. So we'll
Yep.
see how things progress as we go along here. And with that, Mr. KC, man, I like to let you run these segments, man, because you do it so fluidly. What you got on the slate for us first, sir?
Well, before we get into the fun segments, we're going to talk just a smidge of World Cup here. I know that not everybody's a soccer fan. We're not going to lie and pretend that we're soccer experts.
Not
The
at
three
all.
of us are just merely outsiders looking in. And I wanted to update the folks that are watching. America is still in the World Cup, fighting hard. We're trying to compete. Well, there's a lot of strong teams this year, so it should be fun. And I hope everyone tunes in and catches a game or two, especially a little bit later in the tournament when you
Yep.
get the real quality teams trying to knock each other out.
Exactly. You want to see competition at its highest level. You definitely want to tune in. Like I said, this is the World Cup. It's not a
Yeah.
local
So I'm going to give a
situation.
big shout out to America. Another shout out to my favorite
America.
team, the Netherlands.
Okay, USA.
Exactly. And there's just a lot of good teams this year, so I'm excited to see it. And
Got a
that
little
is
something
our
on the World Cup.
What's that?
So, if you want your team to play well in the tournament, don't buy them Rolls Royces.
yeah, that's a smart move because
I read that, and I was like, well, they're done. The hunger's gone.
They
all got Rolls Royces. They're good.
Exactly.
And I
I
do
thought that was the
believe,
dumbest thing ever.
if I'm not mistaken, they have been actually eliminated as well.
Uh-huh.
So it is actually already your prediction has happened already.
Because
Like,
Dex, as soon as you said it, you took the words right out of my mouth. I said they got a Rolls Royce. I said the hunger's gone. That's it.
Right.
What else
Yeah.
is there to play for?
Hey, but the Saudi Arabia team didn't have super expectations. So when they did get their win, they got them the Rolls Royce. It blew up Saudi Arabia. That was a big deal for them.
No, you might want to watch what you're saying.
Soccer is football,
Saudi Arabia,
NBA, baseball.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. It was to quote a Outcast line, I guess it was bombs over. We'll just leave
let's
that
go.
to the
Bombs
imagination.
over.
Man, no,
Oh,
I
that's
can't
wild.
argue with it. If I got a Rolls Royce, I'm probably coming out the next game less hungry too, because I'm thinking about what the move I'm making tonight in the Rolls. So yeah.
Honestly, I'd be like, can I get a Ferrari
Let's go.
next time? What do we got to do to get that
Man.
Lambo in the garage? You start handing out $500,000 cars. I'm a great goalie. Whoa.
I think the Lambo is just making the qualifying team. You get the Lambo as a sign-on. Yeah, you get that as a sign-on.
With the money they got over there, that's probably true.
Ridiculous amounts. Yeah,
I'd love it
Kenny.
if one of those guys sold the Rolls and then stepstone that into a business or something. And it's like all because I played in the World Cup, got this $1 million car, and now
Yeah,
I'm 150 millionaire.
Puts it all on Bitcoin. Let it ride.
Let it ride. Right. Oh.
Yeah, well, that is our World Cup talk for today. We'll probably touch on it a little more next week, as the tournament progresses. And we might even toss a little in our football show, but probably not because we're bigger fans of American football. And we actually know what we're talking about in that subject. So it makes it interesting. But the World Cup doesn't happen every year. So it's something that we definitely got to touch on.
Yeah, got to relish the moment for sure.
Now that's going to be in KC in 4 years, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. It very well could be.
Oh, they haven't got it yet?
No, I don't think it's.
I think it is official. I think they are coming.
It's 2026, right?
Yeah, 2026 or 4 or 26, one of them. I know it's an even year for sure.
Yeah, all I know is my soccer knowledge does not exceed past what's happened the last 3 days. So, I can't verify that, but I believe it could be true. I feel like it's a strong 75%er there.
Oh.
So with that being said, let's move into one of my favorite segments of the week, and that is the King of the Hill. This is where we talk about our favorites at their position and who could possibly knock them off. That dude with the beard. I'm always excited to hear your questions and your list, and you always bring the most competitive King of the Hill. So, who do you got and who's it going for?
For you, I wanted to mix it up this week since we got a special guest here. I actually wanted to throw a little boxing your way here.
Okay.
Little middleweight action here. I know you're a fan here. So we can start it off here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start it with here. We got the boy Triple G. Golovkin. Yes, sir. And then I'm gonna bring to the table. Ooh, marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Whoa.
Yes, sir.
I know you said middleweights, but it felt like you came out with the heavyweights with this one. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. This is a tough one. I'm
trying to
such
tell
a fan of Triple G too, but Hagler is such an animal.
I'm trying to tell you.
I think I'm gonna be a fanboy and stick with Triple G. I know it might not
Oh,
be the right pick, but I'm gonna favoritism over here and go with Triple G. He's staying on top of the King of the Hill for the moment.
Okay. Let me see here. Who can I bring to the? Should I go way back?
I'm just gonna say
You know what?
Hagler.
Yeah, he said Hagler. I'm just gonna say it. I'm trying to tell you. I'm just
It's
gonna
the
say
correct answer. I
Yeah,
feel you.
I
But this is
understand.
my personal opinion, and I like Triple G style, man.
I like Triple G too.
To take him on next, I'm gonna bring the boy Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, easy. Give me Canelo,
Yeah.
my
Give me
redheaded
Canelo.
Mexican. He's a firefighter, bro.
Yeah.
There's not too many boxers that get me excited as the Canelo. Canelo is a must-watch every
Yeah.
time.
I think so too. I agree. Okay, so Triple G, we done knocked you down. The last opponent I got for you to face Canelo Alvarez. We got to make this a good. I know exactly who. The Bernard Hopkins.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
B
a tough one.
Hop.
man.
B Hop.
I got lucky here because there was a name that would definitely win them all.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually put them in multiple weight divisions.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, oh man, I hate to do it, but I'm staying with Canelo.
Whoa! I'm
Staying with Canelo.
surprised.
Yeah, this is a tough.
B-Hop.
Yeah, I mean B Hop's it's another correct kind of answer, but Canelo's another guy. If you look at his resume, he's even moved up in weight class, didn't have the success that he wanted. But besides Mayweather, he's owned that middleweight division since Mayweather left. It's been his. I like his skills, and he's got a way of improving after every fight.
Yes.
So that's the
It's a
reason.
good fighter.
Yeah.
Whew, I can't argue with that, but I'm kind of surprised you went there. I'm almost sure. I was almost sure you was going with B Hop on that.
Oh, it's a tough one for me because he's such a classic, and as someone that's my favorite boxer of all time is Roy Jones Jr.
And that's why I didn't bring him up because I already knew where that would go. I said, no, that's too much
Yeah.
of a fan.
He started in the middleweight
there was nobody.
division, didn't he?
What's that?
Huh?
Roy Jones started in the middleweight division,
Yeah,
didn't he? Yeah.
yeah. He's the only middleweight to make it to heavyweight and win the championship belt in
Wow.
every weight class along the way. Look, this man, even at the old age, stepped up and fought Mike Tyson.
He got
I'm
toe up.
half of
stepped
Mike
up.
Tyson's age, still not fighting that man. And Roy Jones he was never a big heavyweight and still got that belt.
Oh no,
So,
he wasn't. No, he didn't cut to get the heavyweight.
there was no cutting for him. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, he came into that healthy.
Oh man, well, I can't argue with it. So it looks like we got a winner of the King of the Hill this weekend, Canelo Alvarez, the middleweight. I was gonna say bronze, but I guess the Ginger Bomber is what we're gonna what we're gonna call him now, man. Oh man.
Yeah, I think we might be related actually.
He's a Hey man, you never know.
Canelo, throw me some De Niro.
You're right.
Chicago.
I take
Chicago.
pesos.
Look, and we all love Dos Equis. Come on.
Yes.
Let's go,
So,
Sakati.
Shout out. Man. Okay. I can't even
Hey, let's
argue
give a
with that.
shout out to my wife. She's out here paying attention. She says, "Hey guys, we're giving
Yes,
you a hey
ma'am.
back, love."
Hello, Misty. It's good to hear from you. Be good to see you again soon. Yeah, dude. I can't argue
Yes.
with that. Canelo. So King of the Hill, Dex, man.
I got one for him. If you
You
don't
got one
mind.
for him?
I got
Ooh,
one for
let me go.
Dex.
I
Let's go.
relinquish. Yes, sir.
Thank you. And I apologize if you had one prepared for him,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I've got one in my mind that's steaming, and I want his Kansas City Chief
I love a good
fanboy
brew.
opinion. So, Dex, The category is gonna be Kansas City Chiefs running backs.
Running backs. That
Yeah, we can almost do tight ends. We need one more legendary tight end after Kelsey to have this be a strong competition. But with a plethora of Chiefs running backs to talk about, I want to start out with some names. I want to know to take the king of the hill, are we going Larry Johnson or Priest Holmes?
Ooh. See, now I think that comes down to personal preference. I got to go with Larry Johnson, man. He came in with, I don't know, what was it, 10 games? Got 1,600 yards.
Yeah, 1,600 yards, 10 games, more than Priest Holmes ever put up in a single season. Put some respect
I think I did the
on that
calculations.
man's
Larry
name.
Johnson would have had like 2,400 yards that year if he'd have played at that pace the whole season.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
you know what he,
plus he's a power
did
runner.
the next season?
Yeah.
You know what he did the next season? He did it again. He did it again. Back to back 1,600 yard
See, that's when
seasons.
they still had Wigman, right?
Yep.
Brian
Waters,
Will Shields.
Yes,
There's a tackle
The best.
that I can't remember right now.
Yeah, the best offensive line of all
It'll
time.
come back to me.
Oh, it was a Hall of Fame offense.
All right.
It's a win.
All right. I got a guy that's taking him down. I got a guy for you. I know he's taking him down. But this is setting up the last guy. Christian Okoye or Larry Johnson?
Man, come on, man. You can't do this to me, bro. I got to go Okoye, man.
Okay. I thought that was going to happen.
Okoye, and he played in a different time. I mean, it seems like defenses were so nasty back then. I mean, the guy was supposed to be in the Olympics, you know?
Right.
And it's just his country kind of screwed him over. And he was like, I think I'll play football now. And played, 2-3 years of college, and then got drafted into the NFL, led the league in rushing yards. I mean, he was a physical specimen, man. What's 6'1", 260, something like that?
Yeah, something
ridiculous.
like that.
Ran a 4.3 with that body frame.
Yeah, man, that's hard to do. Shout out to Teacher Talking Sports. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, make sure you do that, folks. Make sure you leave him a nice like and subscribe and tell him we sent you. He puts out great content, and he's a fantastic basketball expert. Some great football knowledge. Great talk on his page. So don't be afraid to check his YouTube page out, folks. Make sure you scroll over there. Yeah, Teacher Talking Sports. He's a well-versed man in every category. He even covers hockey, so he's got us beat.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, and so the last guy, I got one guy that I think might be the only guy that I got left in my chamber that might take down Christian Okoye. Jamal Charles.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Look, I'm waiting for the answer to that.
I got to go Jamal Charles because that's elite speed. I mean, I seriously wonder who'd win a race between him and Tyreek Hill, because that would be a good
I would
race.
put 100 on Jamal. If it
Ooh,
was
I'd have
prime
my money
time
on
Jamal,
Hill.
I'm putting 100 on Jamal. That boy runs so fast you can hear, like, see, you can hear the wind whistle through the hole in his helmet, boy. That 5.5 a carry. That ain't on accident. Stop playing with Jamal.
And with nothing around him.
Nothing around him.
I heard that dude smoked big buds back in the day when he was playing for the Chiefs, man.
Oh,
I would too.
With
with no line around me. No line around me. I'm getting beat up every Sunday. I would too.
Yeah.
You know what else I heard, which is kind of crazy, is that he wasn't he didn't really even know the playbook.
Oh.
It just kind of was like, this play is for you. Here you go. You know what I mean?
That's all
folks.
they needed.
We got one last. We don't normally do this, folks. Normally, King of the Hill is 3 players, and we cut it off. That's the list. But Teacher Talking Sports just brought in a comment that makes me wonder. Okay. Let's put it up, folks. Let's show them. We go Jamal Charles, Kimball, Anders. Oh, he brought out he's bringing out the heavyweights.
Is this to me still?
That's still to you.
Oh yeah. It's
Okay.
on you.
I used to love Kimball Anders, but I don't think he's taking down Jamal Charles, right?
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
No.
He was a
No,
great
but-
running back, very secure with the ball. He's kind of a power guy, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kimball Anders was sick.
Yeah. but
Yeah.
don't
I
think
thought
he's
it was
taking
such a
that
great.
5-5 either.
Yeah, it was such a great addition.
Jamal Charles,
that,
I mean,
Kimball Anders.
can I throw one in here? Can I throw one in here?
Yeah.
I
Let's
give it
hear
to you guys. Jamal Charles against Marcus Allen.
Oh, that's another
tough
tough
one.
one. Jamal Charles.
I'm taking
Was that-
Jamal.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm taking Jamal.
But that's another name that probably should have been a question.
Could-
You know, I might have.
Yeah, I mean, if the Chiefs had got Marcus Allen early in his career,
Ooh, watch out, folks.
Right.
That ain't no lie.
yeah, we got the leftovers from the Raiders.
That ain't a lie.
Yeah, he didn't
All
like
right,
those
now we
games
need
because they had some
we need
kind
to
of.
give that dude with a beard. He needs a King of the Hill list.
Ooh.
Do you
Am I
got one for him?
freestyling, flipping up top of the head?
Yeah.
We doing football or what?
You what any this,
Whatever I want, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
King of the Hill is an open category. It's we don't
All right, give me one
put
second.
no limitation.
Here. Okay. All right. Francis Ngannou or Emelianenko Fedor.
Ooh, and this is a good topic. That dude with a beard is also a huge UFC guy. And you just brought out, man, these are some names.
I see.
Ooh.
There's some stress right there.
Yeah, look. Oh,
Man.
man.
No, that was tough.
I'm just
than
glad I
anything
don't
was
have to answer
expecting.
this one.
Golly, how do you pick?
Resumes.
Golly, how do you pick? Golly.
Ooh. Oh, that'd be a fight too, man. Oh,
That would be, bro. It would be a slobber knocker. I'm thinking about the fight. Like, can't even process the question. I'm thinking about what could be. I'm gonna have to go with Francis.
It's hard because I think
Francis?
Fedor actually had better
Oh,
hands.
I'm gonna have to go with Francis, man.
You gotta go. Whoa. Okay.
I,
all right.
I think I'm gonna go with Francis. He's a phenomenal wrestler. Intangible, bro. It's a hard fight. I'm giving Francis the edge because he's doing more. He's doing more now. Maybe. Let me just put it that way.
I mean, recency bias is a good way to.
Yeah,
you know,
let me
there's nothing wrong with
put
that.
it that way because I'm just like, golly, dude, that's such a hard pick. Because
Yeah.
honestly, I would say it's a tie. They would have to fight again in a 3-fight series. We gotta see that one like a few times. Like,
Yeah.
golly,
Trilogy.
you
Well,
really pick a winner.
I think Francis has the power edge, but I think
I do
Ngannou's got the.
too.
Oh man, that's so tough, man. That's a tough one. I'm glad it ain't my
Yeah.
question.
You think Fedor has the what edge?
Yeah, he's a
I
striker.
think Fedor's got the tool bag. I think he's
No,
got
absolutely.
he's
Right. Yeah.
complete set.
Yeah.
Dudes over in Russia grow up
Yeah.
wrestling sambo and shit, bro, and
Yeah.
that's
Baby bears and stuff.
that's a martial art that they teach to the Russian army.
Right.
No, goodness gracious. Yeah, goodness gracious. That was a good
All
one.
right.
Can't
Who's your
argue.
next guy? Let's give him another one. Someone can top him.
So we gotta go with Francis again, right?
Yeah, we give him 3.
Okay, Francis Ngannou or Boss Rutan. I'm not making it easy on you.
I'm gonna go with Rudin.
Let's
I
go.
think I'm gonna have to, because Ngannou he's got a lot of intangibles, but some of these dudes are just they remind you how if anybody's seen The Dark Knight Rises, how Alfred was talking about Bane in the clip at the bank. Like, you know, he is a guy with that ferocity. Like he's a guy who's not to be trifled with. Like, and
Right.
Liver
certain
shot.
people, there's just certain people you just don't trifle
Yeah.
out. Yeah, sorry, Francis.
You ever heard that story where what was that dude's name? Urlacher?
Urlacher?
For
Yeah,
the Bears?
Brian?
Yeah. Boss Rutan kind of stepped on his toe or something. They tripped each other or something, and Boss oh, sorry about that. And he's like, yeah, you better be. And he's like,
Ah!
okay. And then he's like 5 or 10 minutes later, I guess somebody explained to him who he is, and Urlacher went up there and was like, my bad. Here's
Right, I'm
Here.
so sorry. Right, please don't.
Like, bro,
do that
your
tonight.
whole life
Like,
just about got ended.
I'm trying to tell you, right. But see, if I was him, I'd react the same way. Like, yeah, okay, buddy. Right, you have a good night, fella. 'cause
He's-
clearly, you don't
Right.
know who
Lucky
you're
Boss
talking
Riggs is a nice
to.
dude.
Right, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Clearly,
yeah.
cool. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, don't get messed up because someone scuffed your Puma. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Quiet down. You can get you another $80
No sex in
shirt.
the champagne room.
Right, right. That's what Chris Cross told us. Shit.
Oh, talk about a classic
we
song.
got one more.
One
right,
more.
Boss Rudin. Oh wait,
Oh, Rutan. He
We're
probably
running out of names
sitting
here.
there, dude. He's probably sitting
I
there.
got one
That's a
for you.
dangerous man.
This is a
I'll take
hypothetical
it.
because
I'll
we
take
haven't
it.
seen him yet. What about that dude Bones Jones?
Man, you told me
Oh.
JB, man. John, without a shadow of a doubt, he's
Yeah. And I'm gonna
arguably,
go with that one. 'cause that's a good
arguably, you know what I'm saying? Arguably the most dangerous fighter I've ever seen. You talk about a guy who can win a fight anyway. Like he's it, dude. He's the pinnacle of light heavyweight and heavyweight fighting at this point, in my opinion. So
I think
yes,
John Jones might have the highest fight IQ of maybe any fighter of all time in the cage.
Adesanya
he's got a
level,
cool
or
bag.
Silva, Adesanya, Jones, them dudes, man.
Okay,
You
yeah.
want to talk about? You want to talk
So-
about being the Batman in the cage, man? Stop playing.
I know this is slightly off topic and we're bringing it back on the King of the Hill, but this is something that me and Dex actually talked about earlier in this week.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, because that's where I thought you were going. That's the whole reason. Who you got between Francis and Bones?
Oh, you want to talk about an explosive match, dude?
Yeah.
I'm still going with John though. I'm
Ah.
going with John, bro.
I actually
Dude.
think this is going to be Francis, man. I don't like this fight for Jones. I really don't.
I do because he need this kind of fight to show the world that he's still the apex of ultimate combat, dude. Spinning back fist, some kind of roundhouse to sit Francis down.
Yeah.
And John's a good wrestler, so it's not like Francis has the upper on any level in this kind of fight. Similar power.
Oh, power. No, I
You
think
think
he has
Francis is a
power.
little stronger? You
Yeah,
he's
I think
stronger than
Francis can punch harder. Yeah,
Francis-
John? I
for
don't know.
sure.
Boy.
Touches you, you're going to sleep, man.
Yeah, you.
I don't know, man.
I'm
We'll
pretty
see.
Them
sure,
3-ounce gloves don't do.
Yeah.
No, I know they do no justice, but dude, man, John Jones, he'd tear a man jaw off. Well, I guess.
Yeah, I
Francis
think that
would, too.
actually, like I was talking to Dex, I think that goes back to power versus tool bag kind of situation.
Right.
And the only thing that I think is kind of funky is Jones is moving up in the weight division and automatically gets a title shot, which I think is kind of unfair for the rest of the heavyweights in the division. But it's still Jones. And
I was about to say, because how many
how
of
do you
them
deny
people
him?
complaining could beat Jones in a fight? Honestly.
Yeah, and I think that's why you don't hear a lot of
Right.
yapping about it, because what happens after that is you got to get in line. And
Exactly.
I don't want to stand in that line.
Exactly. No, without a shadow of a doubt, dude. John Bones Jones is a bad.
Yeah, man, I gotta go to John Jones, just because, like you said, the total package. Obviously, Ngannou's got the power, but can he put it all together with leg kicks as well? Because you can't just throw hands at John Jones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He'll shut that down real quick. And John Jones is going to be throwing like inside leg oblique kicks and shit. I don't know if Francis ever seen any shit like that.
Putting his toe in your
So,
belly button.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Down the
I mean,
I think Jones might actually still have the reach advantage.
Oh
which is-
yeah, bro. You
which
talking
is
about a
wild to
linky
think
dude?
about.
He's like Kevin Durant, but he
Yeah,
can fight, dude. This dude is so linky, bro.
He's like 6'5", isn't he?
something like
no,
it,
he's
yeah.
a little taller than that. I think
Damn.
he's a
No
bit
kidding.
taller than that. Yeah.
Also, don't forget his pedigree. Both of his brothers were
Right. Yeah. The
Professional
brother Super Bowl
football
champion.
players.
Right.
Yeah, and
So-
done well. They're
Right.
not even they're no joke either.
Right.
And I probably
exactly.
wouldn't want to
See, now-
fight them either.
Exactly.
Hell no. I'm thinking maybe his brothers taught him some of that weight room stuff from the NFL. Because, them trainers get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to get these guys as strong as they possibly can be. So if he's
Exactly.
doing linebacker fucking sets, you know what I mean? And he's an MMA fighter, I'm curious to see what he looks like, man.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why, dude, John Jones got some
Yeah.
power behind him, man. I like I said, I'd love to see it, dude. That you want to talk about fireworks, dude. That's a slobber knocker right there. That's a pretty good pick right there. That was a great one. I like that.
I thought it'd be good to bring up a little UFC, especially since our boy Dex, our special guest, he brought in the conversation, and we love talking UFC here. So
Oh yeah.
it was nice
Absolutely.
to see him bring that up. That being said, that was our King of the Hill segment. We are going to move into the pillow talk conversation. Who are people sleeping on? Who are people not talking about that they should? Little pillow talk action. Who is your underrated player or team or horse in the Kentucky Derby? We keep it open here. That dude with the beard, I'm going to kick it to you first. I guess it'd be this way. Kick it to you. It's it seems backwards to me.
Right.
Kick it to you. Who are people not talking about that it should be talked about?
You know what? I've heard whisperings of him recently, only because of a spectacular catch, but you really don't hear enough rumblings. Like they mention him every now and then, and it's a guy who should be talked about more often, and it's Justin Jefferson, wide receiver, Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
And the pace that this man on is almost unprecedented at wide receiver, and the level of effectiveness that he's brought to Kirk Cousins' game has made Kirk Cousins look like a top 10 quarterback. Like,
top 10.
are we not recognizing the 5-spot shift that happened? Me and Mr. Casey talked all year, 15 to 10, that quick. Justin Jefferson alone, though, he doesn't get enough credit. I still hear people talk about D Hop's better, or I still hear more Keenan Allen rumblings. I hear rumblings about guys who are not even damn near barely even playing. Like, you got to be kidding,
right?
Dude, Justin Jefferson.
Hey, I think I said it last week. It's 1A and 1B with him and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
right.
Right now, it is.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I would almost be inclined to put Jefferson at 1A. I think
you might have
we know what we get with
case for it,
Tyreek.
too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not sleeping on Tyreek. They wasn't saying Tyreek was gonna fall off when he got to Miami. They were saying Mahomes is gonna fall off the planet. Like they
I
know
heard it both
Tyreek
ways,
was
which
the
was
nucleus. Right. Well,
crazy.
no, I'm just saying that he was the nucleus to any equation in that situation was crazy. But
Yep.
without a shadow of a doubt, if Justin Jefferson was not in Minnesota, they would not be in any kind of contention
Oh, hell
right
no.
now.
And I'm actually really glad you said his name, because I need to take 10 seconds to eat a little crow. So at the beginning of the season, someone asked if Jefferson was top 5, and I said, no way. He's good.
Ooh.
He ain't top 5. And this man he's top 3, and he ain't 2 or 3. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yes, sir.
He's been playing
Yeah, that's why.
for what, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I think this is
This
year 3.
year 2, or no, year 3.
This year
yeah.
third.
Yeah,
And he was
3.
he was
Yeah.
all
year 3.
throwing his rookie in his sophomore year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's had great.
Wild.
But this season, he's another creme de la creme.
Creme
You know,
de la
you're
creme.
not. If I could add one quarterback or one wide receiver to our roster, it would be him or Tyreek Hill.
Dude, I'm
So-
telling you, he's water on the stove.
I
He's
think I take
like water
Jefferson.
on the bubble, man. He's
Yeah.
lights out.
Yeah,
So yeah, I got Justin Jefferson. He's the most slept on this week, in my opinion.
it's a great
And
pick.
it's not even sane as to why he is. But
Yeah. So Dex, you got anybody you would like to give a little flowers to, a little credit to, little
Yeah, and
little
I
nap
gave
time?
his flowers last week. I'll do it again. Geno Smith. I mean, dude is being slept on, in my opinion. I'll read you the stats again. 7th overall in yards, 72% completion rate, which is better than Tua.
right,
4 interceptions on the year. I mean,
better than anybody.
and then his QBR is 108.7, which is 0.7 more than our beloved Patrick Mahomes. So the guy is he's for real. At least with Pete Carroll, he's for real.
Yeah.
I don't know if he get
I,
it done with any other team like this.
Exactly.
No, I can agree with that, dude. Gino, he's been on a tear, and it's just for all the reasons you said, dude. I really think about a good 60% of that is Pete Carroll. Like I
Yep.
said, because I said week one, he said I can get anybody back here, and we're gonna make this thing roll. And you found a guy who had the biggest chip on his shoulder. Like you said, they wrote me off, but I didn't write back. Once he said that, I knew he was serious about the season. It's a wrap, bro. I love that pick. I'm right there with you. Respect to Gino. Put some respect.
And I bet Pete Carroll loves his arm strength
Oh,
because
yeah.
I think he's got a stronger arm than Wilson.
Yeah. I think Wilson's arm is kind of fallen off, so I definitely believe Gino's got a stronger arm.
Yes, sir. Who you
Somebody
got
can pass
going
in the
next?
pass.
Oh,
Somebody that can pass in the pocket as well. They don't have to run around the field and do
Right.
Russ Cook.
you're right. You can actually see something. No, I got you on that. Mr. KC, who you got being slept on this week?
All right, I need folks to buckle up because
Uh-oh.
most people wouldn't expect this person to be slept on. But this week's episode of Pillow Talk belongs to my man. Where are we at? Right here. Patrick
Hey, let's go.
Mahomes. Listen to me, folks. I know this is wild to say because most people aren't sleeping on Patrick Mahomes, but some people are. He's having an MVP season, guaranteed. Look, there's no argument. All the talk about falling off. He has no real wide receivers. There's not a number one wide receiver on the Chiefs.
Right.
And it could be argued that Juju's still just a fringe number two. We
Right.
might be really watching Patrick Mahomes out here with a tight end, an okay offensive line, a questionable running back group, and the wide receiver group that you pick up from the YMCA. And he is leading the league, first place in the AFC, the most yardage in the league, and more.
Yes.
Look, we are witnessing greatness. This is what it's like to watch
Preach.
Michael Jordan in his prime. If you never
Yes,
watched
sir.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like me, like I didn't either, I never watched him live. This is what it's like. You want to know what it was like to watch Tiger Woods win those golf championships?
Man.
This is what it's like every
Oh,
Sunday
no.
with that boy Patrick Mahomes. Pillow talk, quit sleeping on my man.
I feel you. I can't even add anything to that. It's nothing but facts. Is it facts? Is it not
Right.
facts? You got to look right. Is it not facts?
It is
Yeah.
factual. So that is our Pillow Talk segment of the week. I hope you folks enjoyed that. And we have one last segment. And it's one of all of our favorite segments. And we save it for the last for a reason. And that is our Trash Talk segment. This is when you get a moment, you get your 1 minute or so to talk that trash that deserves to be talked. Who is overhyped? Who needs to be brought down to earth? Not Patrick Mahomes, obviously. So that dude with the beard, I'm going to kick it to you again one more time. Who you got this week? Take your minute.
It took me a while to get here. There's a couple of names that are more than deserving to be here. And I just found myself settling back on this name once again. Aaron fucking Rodgers. I'm sorry, folks. Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers. Words cannot begin to describe how terrible this man has been. To the level of not caring about your job has to put a meme of Aaron Rodgers' face on it at this point. Like, you want to talk about somebody who's coming to just get a paycheck, you have got to look at Aaron Rodgers. Like, I don't know what it is. They thought the win that they luckily got over Dallas a couple of weeks ago was going to be the turning point for them. I've heard the rumblings. Oh, could this be Aaron's moment to, back in what was that 2016? He was telling everybody, hey, just chill or whatever, and they still went on and lost, but they made it a whole spectacle. This is just all over again, dude. Green Bay, my friend, I want to just extend this beyond Aaron Rodgers. Let's move it on to Green Bay and the front office and the GM. All of you as a whole, as a trifecta, you're not on the same page. You have a quarterback who clearly don't want to be there that you want to keep there, but you're starving out a young guy who actually wants to play for you. You don't want to get no wide receiver help. Your defense is arguably trash. Well, not arguably trash. It is a dumpster fire. It has its moments when it looks great, and then it has moments where it's like, damn, I didn't know Detroit was playing in Green Bay today because you didn't know what was happening. It looked so bad. Um, Green Bay as an organization and as a whole, you're a dumpster fire. Let Aaron retire. Aaron, retire for your own sake. Go get high. Whatever you're trying to do with the payout and the
But not on
whiskey and
your own
whatever.
supply.
Right, not on your own supply. Head back to the reserve where you was at. Get your eyes open, your mind blown again, and let Green Bay move on. Green Bay, please stop acting like y'all a small market town, but y'all Green Bay, you have a lot of notoriety. People like you. Get this fucking ball rolling, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm done. What are we doing? What are we doing?
It's a great one for this week. Great one, and it's well deserved. My boy Dex,
What are we doing?
I'm gonna pass it to
let's
you.
see.
This is your minute.
Man, I just had one. Fuck. Oh, George Kittle.
Yes.
We keep hearing that he's supposed to be better than Kelsey, or like he's a way better blocker. And it's like, well, first of all, we don't fucking know that because they don't have Travis Kelsey blocking all the time. If he was blocking all the time, he'd probably be a good blocker. And also, Kittle is never on the fucking field, and he's got that fucking twat knot. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it, the man bun. I don't know. I'm not a fan. And the 49er fans are getting too cocky for me, bro. Just because you added Christian McCaffrey doesn't mean y'all are already Super Bowl bound. Now, they look good, granted, but they got Jimmy G, and that dude's good for at least in a big game. So,
oh yeah, he's good
Yeah,
to cough it
perfect.
up. He's good to
Perfect.
cough it up. So I'm there with you. I've heard enough of the Kittle rumblings too. Like, oh yeah, Dad, and that's all they go to is he's a better
cut the crap.
blocker. If he was a better pass catcher, he wouldn't always be fucking blocking. Use your
Yep.
brain.
There you go.
Golly, dude, Mr. KC, who?
Couldn't have said it better.
No, for sure. I'm right there with you, dude. We're in sync. What they say, fusion dance. Gotta point the fingers that way. We connected on that. Mr. Mr. KC, who you got this week, man?
Well, I'm actually gonna complete the trifecta and keep it in the football conversation. There is one quarterback in the NFL that has received the most hype and started out the season real strong. You know, he started showing why he was getting the hype. And then the season progressed, and we quickly realized he's not quite there yet. And they got real confident when they beat the Chiefs. And that man is Josh the Bum the Bill
There it is.
Allen. Listen to me, folks. He's not a bad quarterback. I probably have the most respect for him in this conversation.
For sure.
That being said, he's still overhyped. He's not at the level that people want to crown him at. He's never won a Super Bowl. He's never won an AFC championship game. Never seen a Super Bowl, folks. His Super Bowl is beating Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. Folks already know that it's not going to happen.
Big
But
fact.
this man blew his chance of hosting the AFC championship game in Buffalo. It's
Man.
what he needed. It was the only snowball chance that he had against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. He needed a 4-foot snow game in Buffalo to
Man.
prove that maybe I can beat you, as long as it's not an actual quarterback battle.
Right.
This man has been blessed with a top 5 defense every year he's been in the league.
Mhm.
A lot of comments are Patrick Mahomes walked into a playoff ready team and then had success. But what's not mentioned is Josh Allen walked into a playoff ready team with
Absolutely.
the Bills. They were already there. And what did he do after that? Nothing. Nothing but lose to Patrick Mahomes. If the only thing you have on your resume is that one time you beat Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, you need to stop crowning these quarterbacks.
Thank you.
And that's my minute, folks.
Thank you.
Hey, and maybe Josh Allen don't be a little bitch and start bitching about coins and shit. Coin flips and heads and tails.
Man.
Didn't
When
matter
they-
for us, but when it happened,
Right. You know how they do, man. It
They went
wasn't
crying to
no
the league,
fun.
bro. In the league.
It was
They fucking
a
changed the league.
travesty the year after. When it happened to us, oh, it's just a part of the game. When it
Yep.
happened to Buffalo, it's a travesty. This game should have went on forever. It should have went quadruple overtime, and Josh Allen should have got a chance every single time, regardless if they didn't win the coin toss or not.
Talking about
Shut up.
lost the game on a coin flip. Motherfucker, you had 60 minutes to win the
Man.
game before the coin flip, bro. Come on, man.
Man.
could have won it anytime. Matter of fact, if you would have ran off about 12, 13 seconds or so, you actually would have won that game. And I understand quarterbacks are not on the defense, but if you look at what Tom Brady did versus Patrick Mahomes in that situation, he didn't leave 13 seconds for him.
Mhm.
You can't leave
Correct.
elite quarterbacks time, or as it happens every time. And notice Justin Herbert can't do it because he's not elite. So you got a double dose. You got a little free double dose. I know I've hit on Justin Herbert before, so it's not fair to keep kicking a man while
It's
he's
fair.
down. But as long as it is, it really is.
It's fair.
It's fair.
Hey, man, how many
Well,
players do you think are going to be Hall of Fame where it's like, but they don't got any rings? Oh, well, because they're playing against the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
You
mean,
know,
there's gonna be a
that
lot of-
might start, you know, in 15 years, that might be the thing that on your resume that
Right.
gets you in the Hall of Fame.
He beat
Say,
Pat
I
Mahomes
beat him
in
in the
week
regular
3.
season. Yeah.
One time in week 3 in 2019. And
My record is
first
2-6,
ballot.
but you know,
man.
And then we
Joe
it's
Burrow.
2.
did a lap around the stadium.
Yeah, name another quarterback with 2 wins.
Man.
You know,
Man, exactly. That's why Joe Burrow. Yeah, I beat him twice.
I beat him twice.
Man.
Yeah.
Bums.
Well,
Yeah.
folks, we appreciate you all tuning in. That is our episode for the day. That dude with the beard, you got any final words?
Yes, as tradition, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're more than thankful, of course, to have y'all come and spend any time of your day with us, especially on a Saturday. UFC tonight as tradition. Make sure you tune into that. Got some good fights coming up. There's always a good Saturday card here, just in case you're looking to catch some action. Other than that, we're looking forward to another Chiefs win tomorrow. Moving forward in this AFC, the real kings, well, the kings of the West, I would say the North, but we're not in Minnesota. I'll give them their
Right.
respect. Other than that, like I said, we're just humble and just grateful for y'all being here. With that, I'll relinquish the floor. But once again, thank y'all so much, so much, Mr. KC.
Yeah, let's kick it off to our dude Dex. You got any final parting words?
Just, hey, thanks for having me on again. I'm sure we're probably going to do it again. So next time I'll maybe have my audio and my visual ready and not postpone the freaking podcast. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on. Everybody watching, thanks for watching. If you got any comments, if you want to tell me I'm full of shit, please do. I love arguing with people. So
Yeah, absolutely. He is not shy. You can call Dex a lot of things in life, but you won't never call him shy. And, I just want to take a moment to thank our special guest Dex for making another appearance on our Saturday show, especially since he's got a lot of things going on in his family today, and want to give a special shout out to his special someone
happy birthday.
and a little happy birthday action. You know, so I
Happy
hope you
birthday,
enjoyed
Con.
this evening. Yeah, if she catches it, we're all waving high.
Yeah, that'd
And we're-
be dope, but I know she's watching.
yeah, and we don't blame her. We don't blame her.
She's got to look at this ugly mug 24 hours a day. So
yeah, she's not missing out on nothing. Look here, folks. We have about a 15% female viewership rate, so we're working on it. But I'm a married man, so I can't bring all these ladies in myself.
I understand. It's like
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.
deuces.